How can an oil be a top 10 aromatherapy powerhouse and still make me go, "Bleh"? All right, today we're exploring tea tree, that oil that saved lives, cleared energy, and apparently has been trying to get my attention about something that I've been avoiding. Hello, beautiful souls. Jean here. Welcome back to Voodoo Blends by Jack. Um, Here today, and we're going to talk about a single oil. I've done that in the past. We're going to do it again. To be honest, it's not a personal favorite. I really only bring it out when I need to clean something. That's really what it's there. But it's absolutely in the top 10 essential oils in an aromatherapist toolkit. So let's kind of dive into it, and maybe we might come up with what's going on. Um, so we're not really blending today, just to give you a heads up, but we are kind of blending. So some new things are happening here with us. So first of all, let's talk about the basics. Tea tree or Melaleuca Alternifolia comes from the Myrtaceae family. Okay, again, I apologize, my Latin. So this happens to be the same family as the eucalyptus, which kind of explains its similarity in sense. Tea tree, eucalyptus, medicine-y to me. That's how I describe it. So this evergreen tree is native to the east coast of Australia. Here's a fun fact. It doesn't grow all over Australia like I thought and other people thought. Just that east coast. So the name tea tree actually comes from Captain James Cook back in the 1700s when he saw the Australian native people brewing the leaves in water. He called it tea tree. All right. The indigenous people have been using this plant medicinally for years before before Europeans even arrived. They've crushed the leaves to inhale them and also rub them on skin issues. So the tree itself has this beautiful papery bark, and that's why it's part of a group called paper barks. So along with the needle-like leaves and spikes of the yellowish, white, or purple flowers, this oil comes from steam distilling those leaves and twigs and gives us this kind of pale yellow-green oil with distinctive, woody, medicine-y smell. Okay, so let's this is why it's a powerhouse or where it's got its reputation. So it's probably most famous for skin applications. So it's exceptional for skin irritations, cuts, wounds, insect bites, even eczema. It's got a very strong, I say very strong, antiseptic, antifungal, antiviral properties. Clean, think clean, right? That's what we're talking about. Wounds, you want those to heal and all that stuff. So, but it's not just for topical use. Tea tree also helps with sinus problems, sore throats, toothaches, earaches, and it's even been known to expel intestinal parasites. During World War II, it was standard issued in Australian Army kits and also known as the Wonder from Down Under. Okay, so one thing you heard me say tooth, what? So again, unique application, found fascinating. It can be used for dental health. Some people have successfully used it for oral care. Please make sure you dilute properly as putting it into your mouth. So I'm sure you can Google figure out about what it does for that the teeth and whatnot. But all right, so mental and emotional properties. So I like to hit on all the parts of a plant and an oil. So it helps restore your senses after shock and encourages you to experience the full depth of your emotions. It opens your heart and diaphragm to help you embrace your feelings. Then clears out that toxic emotions that could be present in your relationships. Cleaning, right? Cleaning house again, so to speak, even emotionally, mentally. It's great for mental clarity. Excellent, right? Because that smell it gets right into you. It helps you conduct wisdom, communication, and a good mind to mind connection that we sometimes need to experience with others. Spiritual. Okay. Again, we're getting a little bit more in the interesting side. So it facilitates the download of divine inspiration and healing light. It's particularly connected to Archangel Gabriel and can help you open your gift of clairaudience. That's the spiritual hearing. Okay. The crisp aroma brings mindfulness to daily life, aids in self observation, helps you grasp the significance of karma, cause and effect, spiritual consequences of our actions, so to speak. It's also about purification and protection. It builds strength, increases confidence, fosters trust. It's exceptional for removing hexes and provides a strong protective energy. So, this oil helps set a determined mind for finding worthy purpose in your endeavors and fantastic for inspiration and creativity. Okay. So, speaking of oral health, throat, right? I mentioned throat, great for respiratory, the lungs. Tea tree has a connection to the throat chakra. So, the throat chakra, I remind you, is about communication, truth telling, authentic self expression. It helps, tea tree helps support energy center beautifully. Not only physically support throat health when you're dealing with sore throats or oral health, oral issues, but energetically, it helps clear blockages that prevents us from speaking our truth. So when your throat chakra is balanced, you can communicate clearly, express yourself authentically, speak with confidence. Its purifying properties help you clear away the energetic debris that might be blocking your voice, whether that's fear, past trauma about speaking up, or simply feeling like your words don't matter. Huh, interesting. So, something to consider here myself. Um, being very truthful, very honest with you, vulnerable. Maybe, and this is why tea tree came up for me actually a couple weeks ago. I came across that it was for the throat chakra, and I'm like, it's interesting. I never really correlated it. Do I have maybe some issues with my throat chakra? So here we go. So they say they when you don't really like an oil or you're resisting it, it's quite possible that that's the one you need to work with. I don't always go with that scenario because if you don't like something, you're not going to work with it. So let's not go down that road. But maybe tea tree is calling to me. Throat chakra healing, authentic communication. Is it telling me that I'm struggling with speaking my truth or expressing myself authentically? I'm not with you guys. Others? Other parts of my life? Huh, interesting. So maybe my resistance to this oil is actually pointing me in the area where I need to do some healing and growth. All right, not my favorite, but I'm thinking about maybe, intentionally working with it. So I told you I'm not going to blend, but we're going to see what works with tea tree because, I mean, let's be honest. If tea tree doesn't work with that one oil, the video is going to stop and we're just going to call it a day and move on. And you guys can take tea tree and do with what you will. So, you know that one oil I'm talking about, sweet orange. All right, so today instead of cotton balls, we're gonna do scent strips because since I'm not really that blending, but I am a little fearful of this strong aroma and what it's going to mean. So scent strips. So what you do is you dip it in there. I got a little bit of oil and you can smell it. Yep. Yep. That's medicine-y. Look at that. Look at that. Clearing my throat as I'm smelling it. Hint, hint, hint. Anyway, so here's the medicine. Here's my strip. I promise you I have sweet orange down here. So sweet orange is down here. So I'm gonna do the same thing with sweet orange. My bottle must be almost empty. There we go. So here we go. Sweet orange. So how do they work together? Okay, so here we go. I'm putting them equal next to each other. Yep. I got a little bit of orange and a lot of tea tree. So what's good about the scent strips is you kind of like, right? You line that up. So if I'm looking at this, like maybe the sweet orange is like 2 drops and the tea tree is 1 if I'm doing a cotton ball. Better. That's actually better. Yeah, it's there. Subtle because that sweet orange is really coming forth. I'm actually down a little bit more. That's actually pleasant. Video will continue because I think they can play well together. So we're going to put sweet orange aside. Grab some other ones. Just, and again, it's very random. So keeping with my citrus, I got bergamot, however you want to pronounce it. Beautiful. All right. How does it work? It actually cuts it equal across the board. Pretty nice. Maybe a little bit more. I could get on board just for the heck of it. Sweet orange with it. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. All right, if you know me, you know I hate to admit I'm wrong. I might be wrong about tea tree. All right, let's try another one of my favorites. Let's try frankincense. Still got the tea tree in this hand. That doesn't change. So frankincense grounding base. All right, what do we got here? Wow, I might have to like give tea tree a little bit more on that. And usually frankincense is, it's that base note, so it's that last thing, but interesting. That frankincense, that cuts that medicine smell right out for me. Oh, I just got the chills. The chills. I didn't get the back of the tea chills, but I got through the back. That's, and look, I'm not clearing my throat anymore. Did you notice that? It might be working out for me. All right, so there was that. All right, let's try some florals. Let's try lavender, right? Lavender. Good old Lavendola augustifolia. Folia. Interesting. All right. Pleasant. Pleasant. And it's equal and that works. I'm going to bring frankincense back to see what we got here. Oh, I like that. Don't tell tea tree. I mean, that's. I've really been wrong. Wow, that's okay. So I do have geranium also, and I've got ylang ylang because I just want to. Ylang ylang strong. So right, let's try geranium first. I mean, yeah, I could bring out rose and jasmine, but not for this, what we're playing. Wow. Jasmine gives it like a spicy aroma. Tea tree's not spicy. Woodsy. Interesting. Ooh, that's a little chilly going on there. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, one more. We're gonna do ylang ylang. Sorry. Now it's not just about the cotton balls. I got scent strips everywhere. Okay, so let's try the ylang ylang. And this is the ylang ylang complete. Wow, ylang ylang strong. Tea tree strong. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Geranium, frankincense, frankincense, bergamot, sweet orange. I don't think it's going to need sweet orange, but wow, that geranium, that tea tree. No, no, sweet orange has got to go away. Sorry, just kidding, just kidding. Sorry, sweet orange. I mean, you worked well with it, but very. I like it. I like it. Now, when I teach class, you write the name on it so you know which one it was. But I have a better system here. So, okay, I, I I can get on board with working with tea tree. I really think I can. Okay. Now, before we go anywhere, though, before we finish, I need to talk about safety. So, tea tree can potentially cause skin sensitive, make your skin sensitive to it. So, always dilute it properly. And remember, it's incredibly versatile. Wow, look at that. I cleared my throat again. I really do have something. Okay, so this is definitely a different oil than the gentler ones that you might have in your toolkit. Might not be a personal favorite, but I have to respect it. Its power, its versatility, which it has, which I've shown here. So, are you dealing with physical ailments, emotional clearing, magical? Tea tree delivers. I don't think I'm going to put this in a blend and sell it right away, but I might be using tea tree a little bit more. Might be grabbing for it a little bit more. Okay, so what's your relationship with tea tree? Do you love it? Or like me, maybe you just can learn to appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more essential oil deep dives like this one. Happy blending.